Who doesn't want pink hair? Okay. Hey everyone, as you can see, new camera, new do, new intro, new everything. It is going to be intense. Pink hair! Probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I did it in honor of the Hunger Games. I cut it short and I dyed it pink. Yeah, starting to regret it now. I don't know why the hairdresser didn't talk me out of it. It's a pretty stupid move on my part. But pink hair. Let's move on. Now that you've stared at my pink hair long enough, let's move on to something a little more important. Okay, so if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you will know that I also answer questions on the OMS Life page. Well, there was a question on the OMS Life page, not directed at me personally, but directed to a bunch of older OMS kids and adults and stuff like that. And, you know, the question basically asked, the questions that I keep getting asked, and I felt like I should probably answer it, was why do OMS children gravitate towards adults and younger kids? Why do they seem to be in their own little world? Is it because they feel awkward, or is it because they're feeling lonely? Or is it because they have that fishbowl feeling where everybody is just staring at you constantly? This is not the first time I've been asked this, if I remember my feelings and my emotions when I had OMS and what it was like, and if I remember being in pain or anything. So I'm going to try and answer it for this. This is my viewpoint. This is nobody else's viewpoint. This is not based off information I got on the internet. This is all what I have felt from when I was a kid with OMS. You OMS parents get to see how well I can read. And I can read well, but not out loud well. So if I stumble, I apologize. Part of my disability. So here we go. I know all OMS parents hear that each OMS child is very different. So that being said, here's my experience on it. When I was younger, I did the exact same thing. I would talk to adults and younger kids. Sometimes I still do this. And the reason behind it is actually very, very close to yours. Because I knew I was very different from most kids, I felt like the world was watching my every move. I still do when I'm going shopping by myself. As a kid, I learned that younger little kids don't judge. They accept you for who you are as long as you play with them. They will always look up to you because of the age difference. And adults don't judge because excuse me. Adults don't judge because they are more understanding than your peers. They talk and treat you like a normal person most of the time. But with kids your own age, those are okay. But with kids your own age, those are the ones who are not afraid to ask the hard, awkward questions to your face. Most of the time, it's because they just want to know and understand why you're different. But as a kid, I never knew that. Which sounds fine to a normal person, just answer the question and move on, right? Well, for me, I overanalyze everything. So on the spot, I would begin to think of my answers, if it was going to sound weird, if they're going to still like me after my answer, or if they were just going to walk away from it and not talk to me anymore. Because from my experience, when I was a kid, I would tell them and they would laugh it off or ask me more questions. And to me, when I was younger, that was very scary because I didn't know half the answers at the time either. I'm sorry for my bad reading. I'm just going to put that out there. I suck. Especially out loud. Okay. And as a kid, that was really scary to me because I didn't know half the answers either, causing me to shy away from all that and move to someone who wouldn't ask the questions directly at me. And then there's the trust, blah, blah, blah. And then there's the trust issue. After you tell them, what are they going to do? Are they going to make fun or live and let live? And the more they would make fun, the more I would tend to go into my own little world. That's my viewpoint. Even now, if I go shopping alone or eat out alone, all those all those emotions and feelings come back, and I have to teach myself that most people are nice, and they're not going to talk to you unless you start the conversation. Because I'm different, I feel very different. And then I always assume that I look different too. And as a kid, I always thought other people could tell that. But they are all... Oh my God, okay, I'm sorry. But they are all the same. They will smile and say hi and then move on. I didn't know that as a kid, so I would hide behind my parents to make sure I was safe. See, it's very hard for me to explain because I'm not sure if this is the same as everyone else. I think the only way I can describe my feelings of when I'm in a public place alone or talking to someone my age is like this. If you try and get on a new roller coaster, one you have never been on, and you get that feeling right before you go on it, and you second guess yourself if this is a good idea or not because you remember there's a large loop that you have to go on and you forgot. I feel like that every single time I'm in a large group of people. As I've gotten older, it has kind of gotten better. My parents put me in after-school activities that would help me make friends my own age, and we would all have the same thing in common. My brain still does this thing where, for example, not too long ago I had to meet with a child therapist for college to see if this was something I wanted to pursue as a career choice later on. This meant that I had to be a big girl and go alone. But my brain decided to say, no, that's not going to happen because I have no idea if you're going to be safe in this building or not. So I had to force myself to talk and say hi instead of being that shy kid. Talk about a really weird feeling. It would have been much easier to give into the shy feeling instead of forcing myself to talk because that was like when you lose your voice and you can't talk for 2 days. And then you can't talk. Oh, wow, okay. Forcing myself to talk because that was like when you lose your voice and can't, and 2 days later you're normal again. Except I couldn't wait 2 days. I had to do it then and there. So I guess what I'm getting at is, yes, everything... Okay. So I guess what I'm getting at is, OMS kids feel, in my experience, that's how I felt. I felt very weird, very, fishbowl-y kind of thing where everybody's staring at you. And it's going to take a lot of practice and persuasion to feel, for an OMS kid to feel like they're okay and normal in the world. Because I think as an OMS kid, the trouble is that we see and watch people get treated badly all the time because of their looks and the way they act. So this influences us because we know we are not like other children. And then we remember that, well, if we're not like them, they won't accept us for who we are. So we go into our own little world where no one's going to make fun of us or judge us. Being older now, I understand that better, but as a kid, that was the scariest feeling in the world, not knowing if someone was going to be mean or not. And so, that is my vlog for this week. I hope that answers some of your questions. I will also, in case I was mumbling and I wasn't loud enough, I'll also put this down below. But that's the question that was asked, and I thought that was a really good question because I get asked that a lot. and I thought this would make a really good video for me to share. There you go. That's my answer. Enjoy. I will see you next week. Hopefully I will figure this pink hair thing out because that was incredibly insane, my idea. And there you go. Pink hair, new intro. I have a script now, and I'm going to keep doing it this way, if you like it. If you don't like it, I'll go back to rambling. Because sometimes my rambling is hilarious, and then other days, not so much. So, there you go. I'll put the answers that I said today in the video below. Make sure you like and thumbs up, because that helps my videos quite a bit. And make sure you favorite if you really, really like the video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because that will tell you when I've uploaded a new video. Alright? Bye everyone! Mwah!